planting, and I'm excited. And I haven't done a live stream in several weeks, so I thought we better try and squeeze one in. And this field here is my big field that I've got left to do, 75 acres. The other one is only 30, so that's my chance. So sorry for the short notice. If you missed it and you're watching this later, I appreciate you checking it out. And if you're live, let me know if you can hear me. All three of you. We'll get some more. Oh, let's see. Nothing. We got no comments and only 3 people. That's all right. So we are, oh, there we go. Loud and clear. Good. We are planting on some stuff that was worked up, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Dad had done this field. Probably could have had it planted a long time ago, but we were kind of being patient because it was cold, and so we didn't get here to get it done. But this is one of our wetter fields. Traditionally, it is probably where we're going to finish harvest because it's almost always the last field. It's just how it is. How is everybody doing this morning? It is good to see you. Good morning. You can hear me. Good. Good to go. Good, good. Hello and good morning. I'll show you around a little bit while we're waiting on some questions from people and all of that stuff. We are planting. We've got our tank behind us. Yeah, all is going pretty well. And we're gonna fly across this field pretty quickly. We do have a big wet spot there that we're gonna have to plant around. Not much we can do about that. It's pretty much holds water all the time, so we'll plant what we can, I guess. But yeah, not a huge field. This probably won't be a super long live stream because I want to get the drone up yet. This is kind of my last chance here to get some good, decent drone footage, and I cannot do a live stream and drone footage at the same time. The other thing that we're going to do while I've got you guys on here is we're going to take some GoPros. 1, 2, I think there's another one somewhere. 3, and throw them out on the planter, the tractor, the tank, something, get some of those montage shots that we need and try and have that ready to go for tomorrow. So last day. I'm not in a super big hurry. We've got just over 100 acres to plant today. We will have no trouble getting it done, so we can take some time to stop and move some cameras around if needed be. But anyway, I've got a wet hole and an electric pole to dodge, so you guys have to go back in your little holder over here while I do that, and then we'll catch up on some questions. If you got any questions, get them in there. Let me know what you want to know. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Hello from Finland. Welcome. Are you planning to put any tile inlets in those wet spots to keep them drained? Well, you'd have to have tile there to have a tile inlet, and we do not own this farm. It is rented. And I highly doubt the landlord would want to put any tile into it and pay for that. It is very risky to put tile into rented farms and to pay for it ourselves. We've done it a little bit, but you don't go and spend $1,500 an acre on somebody else's farm. So probably not. We've done a little bit of work in this farm in the past. That hole never used to be that bad, so it's possible that there is a tile in there that's broken down or something. We could try and dig it up and fix it if we could find something, but that's easier said than done. So, no, not really. We tend to focus on the stuff that we own and fixing up our own stuff versus somebody else's, unless they're willing to contribute to a project like that. So we do have a couple of fields that we are going to tile this summer that are currently wheat. That pole worked out well. So that is in the plan. Now, what am I going to do here? Swerve around it. Swerve around it. Sorry, I can't show you any better. Yeah, so we're going to do some tiling this summer. It won't be here. Delta Force upgrade coming? No. Why would I upgrade to Delta Force? I have the John Deere individual row hydraulic downforce. I have the factory version of Delta Force. Any news on a forklift? Yeah, we kind of cooled off on a forklift shopping. So we were shopping there, and we really kind of didn't know where the market was. And you know, with ag equipment, I can go to numerous different websites and look stuff up. I can go to dealers' websites and look up used prices. I can go to Deere's website and look up new prices and come up with a pretty good idea what stuff sells for. The forklift companies don't do that. Like, there are very few dealers that put any kind of pricing on their forklifts. You can't find new prices on anything. And so it was just kind of one of those, we don't even know where the market is. Let's go and look around a little bit and see what we can find. And what we found is forklifts are outrageously expensive compared to where they used to be. I guess we should have expected that. Everything is. But the problem is forklift inventory seems to be where ag equipment was like a year and a half to 2 years ago. New stuff, for the most part, is months out. Like, the one place was 70 weeks, another place said 2 years to get a new one. It's just outrageous. And so because you can't get anything new, all of the decent used inventory is very expensive. We were kind of hoping to spend between $15,000 and $20,000 and get a pretty nice, decent forklift. Something with less than 5,000 hours, 6,000 pounds, with pneumatic tires. Pneumatic, although they have pneumatic, solid pneumatic that don't have air in them. I'm like, you know that's not what that means, right? But whatever. And preferably gas or diesel and not propane. We don't need the propane because we're not running it inside where the fumes are an issue. Gas and diesel are just easier options for us for refueling purposes. We found a couple. We found some of those around, but they were pushing, like the one dealer sent me a used one they had that was it was a 6,000 pound LP side shift fork positioners triple mast. It was a nice forklift, but it had 6,100 hours on it, and they wanted $36,000. I'm like, you guys are out of your dang minds, out of your minds. So we did find another one that was diesel that was more along the lines of what we were looking for. It had like 3,100 or 3,200 hours on it for 28 something. That was probably the closest we got to buying something, but it was still more money than we wanted to spend. And we kind of looked at stuff like, there are other things I would rather spend 25 grand on than a forklift right now. We just don't use that one in Berkey enough to justify that. So, we decided to hold off, I think, for another year or two and hope that prices kind of stabilize and come back down. New inventory starts coming available. There was one brand, off-brand, but a brand that actually had new inventory. And they had new inventory cheaper than what that first forklift was. Like, you could buy a new one in the low 30s. And that was, you know, it's like you buy a used one for 28 or you buy a new one for 32. Either way, it's double what we really want to spend. So I don't think we're going to do anything right now. Anyway, can you drive on the new concrete yet? We haven't. The kids have been riding their bikes on it. I kind of told myself we were going to give it a week. So that would be Thursday. We got 2 more days. I have not put any stone up to it, so there's a big ledge edge there. I did get the form stripped off. But yeah, so we haven't been driving on it yet. I mean, concrete takes 28 days to fully cure, but I've got plenty of concrete and it's plenty thick for vehicles to drive on. After a week, I think we'll be okay. Morning from Canton, Ohio. Good morning. What's your thoughts of the momentum you saw yesterday? Well, I mean, I just saw it as I drove past. I have not actually ever run one, been around one, anything. I think they're really nice planters. I was quite surprised to see it. Now what do? Can't swerve around this one. Is there a hole where those weeds are, or are they just a weed patch because Dad didn't get it with the field cultivator? Appears to be just a weed patch. Should I get stuck for you guys? Live stream, get stuck? No, we're not going to do that. So that's about how close we get. Now, the question is, can I back up enough, pull in my tank, in order to swerve around this? This camera is really nice to be able to tell me when that tank starts getting funky, like that. Yeah, we'll make it out of this one. Sometimes I pull up to a pole and I can't get backed up far enough. We're gonna drag some tires. Oh, there's the hole right there. Yeah. All right, we'll be fine. So now we'll just go dive in on the other side as close as we can get. We should have come from the other way. Whatever. Put your back. Yes. There. No. There we go. Squared up, ish. Go. Alright, close enough. Where you go? What's it called? There we go. North to south or east to west direction of rows. You have your choice which way is best, if any. We are planting north and south right now. Honestly, I don't think it matters. I know there are some people that do think that it matters. Generally, I think they say east and west is better than north and south. The theory behind that is you're trying to capture sunlight, right? And our sun tends to come from the south a little bit because we're in the northern hemisphere. We're north of the equator, Tropic of Cancer. Yeah, that's right. Goes through southern Florida there. And so we always have a little bit of a northern shadow. My thought process is that if you can keep any sunlight from hitting the ground, meaning shines across the rows instead of down the rows, you capture a little bit more sunlight. Does it matter? I don't know. It's more of a, you plant which direction the field dictates. So, well, here's the live stream. Yeah, Scott, thanks for reminding me. You got me on there. Thoughts on high-speed discs. So about 3-4 years ago, my John Deere dealer took me to a John Deere field day, corporate field day they put on in Indiana. And they had some tillage demos and different stuff going on there. And they were running a 2660 VT versus a 2680 compact high-speed disc, right? Be similar to like the Degelman. I think it's made by Norwood or something. I don't know, whatever. Like they had us out in the field watching these things run and literally digging behind them and going out and looking at the soil profile behind where these discs had run. And the 2660 did a phenomenal job. Like I was super impressed with the levelness, the evenness of the ground underneath where it had run. The 2680 left terrible ridges. Terrible. I mean, I was shocked at how poor of a job that tool did. And so ever since then, I've kind of been not such a fan of those high-speed discs. They're getting more popular. Guys run them a lot. You can cover a lot of ground with them, but you got to have power to pull them, and we do. You just make sure you don't order too big a one, kind of thing. But if I had my choice, I would buy a 2660 VT. Like that, I think is one of the best tillage tools that's being made or ever been made. And yeah, that's what I think would work really well for us. You can still pull it fast. I don't need to go 12 miles an hour. I like going 8, 9, maybe 10 miles an hour in the right circumstances. So that would be my choice on those. And maybe there's a difference. Maybe the Horse Joker does a better job. Maybe the Degelman does a better job. There's 25 different brands of them, I think, so I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to believe how difficult it is to get things. Yeah, availability of it. All right, so when we get up here on the end, we're going to start putting some cameras around because I want to do, I want to have some cameras around, some different montage shots for my video for tomorrow. So if you guys have any cool ideas on where I should put some cameras, let me know. This one, the battery might be dead. I don't know if I have more. Not in there. Not in there. Bummer. Alright, well that's not a good one anyway. GoPros are awful. Have I ever told you guys how much GoPros suck? This 10 is terrible. Freezes all the time. You always got to pop the battery out of it. It's no good. I was just finishing today's video. Oh, need to see live. Yeah. A little early today. Ooh, we got a rock stuck in here. We gotta go get it. Alright, let's get turned around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That'd be row 19's got a rock in it. Remind me of that. Okay, is this camera on? No. How do I get this camera to turn on? GoPros. Why? Why won't that turn on? I don't understand. The 9 works. Most of the time. You're not dead. I know it's not dead. I just fully charged it. We're getting there, guys. Like I said, we're not in a huge hurry today, so we're going to take some time. I'm from Norway. Good morning from Gilt Edge, Tennessee. Good morning. Good afternoon from me and Becky in the UK. Good afternoon. GoPro turned itself off on previous session because it ran out of battery. Alright. Good thing I got this fancy handle that's got a battery built in. Let it charge while it's running here. Okay, let's go out and see if we can't find some places to put cameras. The more of these you have, the less times you got to stop and get out and move around. You can take lots of shots. That's why I like doing it this way. I was hoping that my other one would work so I could put it on a closing wheel. I tried doing that yesterday and it fell off. It didn't work. All right, let's see. Turn this camera around. Think that will stay? What if I do horizon leveling? Will that work? This angle? We'll try that. Okay. And we'll take this one. And I don't know. I wanted to do it like this with the camera tilt down to look at the that might work. Watch the closing wheels. Let's see if I can do it without it falling off. Alright, before we start those, let's go get this rock that's over here. So the biggest trouble that I've had this year, I would say, is this right here. Where we get a rock caught in the closing wheels. It's not the conceals, it's the closing wheels. And so I think next year we're going to stagger these. You can actually, there's 2 holes there, you can move one of them forward, and we'll see if that helps keep them from grabbing the rocks quite so bad. So I don't have to stop and get out all the time. Pick them out. It's not the conceals. When we were going through this planter before planting in the shop, everybody thought those conceals were going to be a problem with the rocks. I broke 1 knife that I'm aware of, and I have a couple of rocks stuck in them, but 1 or 2, not a lot. All right, record record. Let's go make a pass and then we'll get out and move them. Which kid got the first skinned knee on the driveway? It's not a real drive until it's got some blood and skin on it. I don't think either of them have skinned their knees yet, or any of them. They've been riding scooters and bikes and stuff. Rylan has been using the forms, the boards, as ramps to ride his scooter and bike off of. So, yeah. All right. Hopefully we don't lose camera. If we do, at least we'll know where to look. Yeah, it looks all right. We're going uphill, so now we're going slow, but when we get going down it, then we'll get the high-speed footage from them. Greetings from the Netherlands. Why don't you contact a local shipping company? Sell an older one and buy a new. That's how I got a new forklift for cheap. Is that a thing? I don't know. Most of the companies around here, I think, have contracts with the forklift dealers that they just lease them. They don't actually buy them. And so they then take these 2, 3, 4-year-old leases back in and try and sell them. But they were doing 2-year leases, and now they're 4 or 5 because they can't get new ones. Anyway, good morning from Australia. Good morning. Hello from Denmark. Just got done watching the plot video. Good. Nice European-friendly live stream time. Yes, it is. Any thoughts yet on fuel trailer, or still waiting to try it? Haven't used it yet. Like, I want to. We just haven't had a need. And I kind of told him that when we were lining this stuff up. I said, look, I don't use it a lot in the spring because we can fill it the farm so much. It's not like the combine or heavy tillage where we're using a lot of fuel in fields far away where we've got to take stuff to the field. It's such a low fuel usage to run a planter that you pretty much can get back to the farm every time you need fuel. So we'll get there, but haven't needed it yet. How long before you get the anhydrous bar out? I'm guessing it, well, we might get it out now that we're going to be done planting here today, but I'm guessing we're at least a week, if not 2, from really doing any side dressing. I'm kind of thinking about holding off a little bit this year and trying to wait until the corn gets a little bigger. I don't know, we'll see. I probably won't do that, but it was a thought that I had. Does your operation have any use of the John Deere See and Spray technology? I'm gonna say not really, but hear me out. The See and Spray technology is awesome. It is a very cool technology. So for those of you not familiar, John Deere has a system where they mount cameras and sensors. Gosh dang it, we got another rock. They mount cameras and sensors on the we gotta stop again. On the sprayer bar, and it will tell the difference between weeds and crops, and then it will activate the spray nozzles to just spray the weeds, so you're not just broadcast spraying. Now, that is really cool that you can do that, but most of the time when we're spraying in something with a residual. You know, something that you have to put it on before the weeds emerge, not just where the weeds are, you know. And the products that you would spray just where the weeds are cheap. Glyphosate is cheap. I don't need to save money on glyphosate. I need it on the residuals, but those are, you can't not put them on. So I'm not sure what the fit is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, where's my cameras? They're both gone. Crap! Oh well. We'll find them on the way back. They both fell off? I can't believe they both fell off. Oh well. I didn't have good flat surfaces to mount them to. Now my hands are dirty. Ugh. At least when they fall off of this, they just lay in the field and record. Unlike the combine where they become destroyed. You guys remember that? So anyway, on that See and Spray stuff, I think it's really cool. I just haven't found the fit for us yet. You know, what good does it do me? I need to spray residuals down on everything, not just glyphosate where the weeds are. And so, yeah, I don't know. Hi from Becky and Derek from Plymouth. Hi. When are you going to hook up anhydrous bar? Yeah, probably in the next week or two. Can we get a view of the command center on the right we're mounted on? Sure. We're just getting up to speed. This seed that we've got in here is a very small seed, and I have been having a little trouble getting my singulation great. And I also think that the dust, some of the talc replacement stuff in there is actually throwing me false readings and showing me doubles when it's not, actually. Because, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I seem to show a lot of doubles sometimes that I don't think are actually there. One of the things that I don't care for on this planter is that it is very hard to adjust the double eliminators. Like, you can't just turn them a knob or do it from the outside. You have to actually take the plates out, and that means you have to take all the seed out, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. So, yeah. All right, we got to watch over here for cameras. Yeah, so we've got here my Connect mobile map. We've got my camera. We've got our extended monitor. This is showing my 2x2x2 fertilizer. Yeah, all of that good stuff. And then we've got different stuff here. We can page through lots of different displays. These are the two that I watch the most. See, like that row 16, there's no way it's planting that high. It's got to be reading the dust. I don't. Cameras, you guys are distracting me. I don't see them. Probably back at the start. Oh yes, hopefully we get anhydrous live streams. Yeah, you'll get anhydrous live streams. But not for a couple weeks. I still want to do my agronomy live stream. Just haven't had time. Couldn't you plant faster if you wanted to? If you use that big articulated or more horses, more compaction. Well, that tractor won't pull this planter, so I mean, yeah, the power would do it, but I can't physically hook the planter to it. It doesn't have a 3-point hitch, and I don't want to plant with wide tires that would run over lots of rows and have, you know, the pinch row effect would be much worse with that tractor than with this one. So, yeah, I could pull it faster, but so what? I don't need to go faster. Got a new Mandako Storm this year. Absolutely love it. My dealer says they go better than the 2660 because of the versatility, 0 to 14 degrees. Yeah, well, the 2660 is 0 to 14 or 0 to 12 degrees, so maybe that's a little bit more aggressive. But I don't know. I've never run either one. I don't know where I would get a Mandako around here. I've never actually seen one. Then I don't know of any dealers. It's a touch wet right here, but Dad fit through it. We're gonna float across it. As a photographer and a dad, it always amazes me that you can YouTube content and farm and parent. Serious skills, my friend. Thank you. Oh, I see one. I see one. We're going to go get it. The one I thought would make it. Didn't make it very far. GoPro user's favorite phrase. It works most of the time. Yeah, that's about right. How much rain did you end up with from the system over the weekend? We got 4.5 inches in north central Indiana. We had less than a tenth. You okay? It's still recording. Alright. Let's find somewhere else. Let's walk down here and get our other one. Oh yes, they have discovered ramps. You may as well invest in Band-Aids. Yeah. See, here's the problem, right? So my kids, y'all can call me a terrible parent if you want, but they have their Amazon Fire Kids tablets, whatever. They really like watching these videos called Hudson's Playground, where he plays Farming Simulator. Which at first I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, my kids are that interested in farming. They want to watch Farming Simulator videos. Awesome. Someday we'll have that game and we'll be able to play it together and it'll be fun. Yeah, here's the thing though. Hudson, I don't see that camera, doesn't actually play the farming simulator game. They buy Lamborghinis and Camaros and Ferraris, and they take them off of jumps and do crazy things with them. So now, my kid's just asking for... No camera. My kid's just asking for Lamborghinis and Ferraris all the time, and they don't understand why I don't have one to farm. What? And so that's where they get the idea for jumps and stuff like that. It's from these videos that they watch. Whatever. Where's my other camera? There, maybe it's that laying up there. I'm in the right spot. I don't know. Might be walking for a while here looking for a GoPro. That's not good. Wonder if it just tucked underneath. Maybe it's still on the planter and it's just not where I left it. The magnet moved its way around. Let's check that. That would be logical. Do you watch the Crop Critic? No, I don't know if I've heard of that one. Oh shoot, that's cool. Can't answer right now, Dad. Oh, that's a rock. That's not a camera. It's not on here. I put it right here, I think. I thought maybe it was just hanging. Shoot. Alright. Well, let's walk a little more. There it is. I see it. You see a rock that it hit. Ah! Turn. Hit that little rock. And there it lays. You made it farther than I thought you would. Dirty. Alright. Cool. Maybe we actually got some footage. Now, let's find another spot to put these until we get to the end, and then we can get out and get and move them. See, that's the thing. You put these on there, and then I get 2 or 3 minutes of footage, or in this case, it's probably 10 or 15 because it laid there the whole time instead of being there at the end of the field. And I have to sort through it and find like 2 seconds. I'm going to use like 2 seconds of that footage. Alright, I got a cool spot. We're going to put one. Right here. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that'll work. Alright. Where else? Where else? Let's put one right there. It's a little crooked. What if I do the horizon leveling? Will that work? Nope, we went sideways. Alright, I don't like that angle. Where else can I put it? Up here. We can zoom in a little. No, you guys can't see anything, I'm sorry. There we go. Record. Oh, that one's already recording. Alright. How is the 8R running? Look at sweet tractor. I know you guys were having issues earlier. I take it no further issues. No, it was the O-ring and that priority valve that killed our steering. And once we've gotten that fixed, I don't think we've had any other issues. At least not to my knowledge. Alright. You could make a montage of clips where the camera falls down onto the ground. Yeah, we could do that. Got some more andros to plant up here too. Hello, thanks for the content. What do you think about right to repair movement? Do you see it as a benefit to a farm like yours? Okay, so I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't follow it super closely. But for the most part, I believe that the right to repair movement is centered around a bunch of people who want to remove emissions components and do stuff illegally to their equipment and tractors. And I'm not going to argue about how crappy emissions components are, but the whole right to repair thing is just so you can reprogram the computers to be able to bypass that. That's the whole reason people want to do this. And so, no, I don't think it's that big of a benefit. I don't think there is stuff that I would be able to do even if I had the access to be able to do it. I don't think that I have the skills, the competence, the necessary equipment, and I'm not willing to spend thousands of dollars to buy that stuff. I know there are people out there that probably do, could, would, I don't know. Right to repair is a really crappy name for what this is, because it makes it sound like I'm not allowed to change oil in my tractor, and that is baloney. That is not what this is, not even close. And so, you know, there are certain issues with the software side of stuff that you can screw stuff up in a big time hurry if you don't know what you're doing. And I would wager the guess that most people that want to be able to do this stuff don't know what they're doing. And so I tend to not be on the right to repair bandwagon. All right, let's go move some cameras. Before we plant some endros, where do the beers go? In the fridge. They go in the fridge right here. I don't know if there's ever actually been any beer in that fridge. Do what you want. Do you want? Do you want? Do I want what? Alright. Stop recording. Stop recording. Now what? Now what? How about... I need some high level stuff. Let's go around the front. We need one of the tractor. We need some views looking at the tractor, like from right here. Right there. Oh, you guys are looking the wrong way. Don't look at me. Flip. There we go. Let's super view it. And then, oh yeah. Let's go. No. Yeah, it's gotta go right there. Can't see, it's too dusty. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Right there. Okay. Let's I don't know. Maybe right here. We'll try that. Alright, we got a set of guidance line here, I think. Let's see if there's one in the display. Guidance. Set track. Nope. On the south ends. Woods ends. New track. AB. Track. South ends. Okay. Now we gotta get the planner where we want it. Oh, this is... I can't show you guys. I gotta put you down. It's too hard. It's too hard to hold the camera and do all of this stuff. Alright, let's go. Planner in the ground. Get her lined up. Set A. Drive to the other end. Not as particular as some people are with guidance lines. We'll get there. I'll have them mostly straight. Next time, it should be straight and good. I've been redoing a lot of guidance lines this year, especially anything on a curve track, because with the GPS receiver on the planter, we're much more accurate in making our curve tracks. So any of my old lines aren't really that good, and these should be good now and in the future. Let's see. Straight tracks, most of them are okay. Where I have them. Okay, we want to be about right here. Set B. is how we do corners. People ask me this all the time too. How do you plant corners? Like this. I pull up as far as I can. I mean, I could go farther, but this is the property line. We're in the neighbor's field as it is. And then we back up. And we watch our screen. And when we either get far enough back or our tank starts to turn on us. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay, that's far enough. Then we do this. And we turn. And we can go a little faster. And we get lined up. Now I could go that way. We're not going to do that. We'll plant this one later. Oh yeah, not even close to straight. But we get those tires where they need to be. About right there. And then we hit this button. And then when the planter starts getting square, we drop it. Let it get in the ground, and we go. That's how we do corners. Oh, I should have moved the cameras. Dang it, forgot. Oh well. Why did we never see Mrs. driving her new planter? Because she didn't even come and ride with me. She never drove it. She works. I have a feeling we'll see Phil plant before we see the Mrs. I mean, she would do it, but we have 3 young kids at home. It's very hard for her to get away from stuff and out here, so it is what it is. If you tie non-adhesive fluorescent marking tape on the cameras, it would make them easier to find. Yeah, that's true. I should do that. Some of your cost approaches Lambo for sure. Oh, I'm sure we could afford to buy one. It's just, it doesn't make me money like an 8RX does. You have tractors that cost more than Ferraris, but I don't think they're conducive for drone. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Oh, my nephew has a gaming PC and tablet. Yep, I understand. All right, we need to go move some cameras. Get turned around. So same thing on this end. Then I pull up to the trees until we get to overlap from the previous pass that we've already got here. We back up and then we make our turn and get lined up for the next pass. Go back to our original guidance line, our main. And we're gonna end up skipping a pass just because I can't make that turn. And being over here. All right. Get a couple more creative camera shots. How many cameras have you lost doing this? Just one. Just the one that I ran through the combine. I just want you guys to appreciate the effort that goes into these videos for you guys. All right, so we're going to try this shot right here. Looking back at the row unit. Zoom in a little bit. Oh, you're looking at my face again. Stop doing that. There, this shot. Yeah, that'll work. You'll get a good view of the row cleaners working here. Okay, where are we going to put this one? Let's go up here on the tractor. We need some of these, the tracks moving kind of stuff. Let's go right here on the drawbar. Watching our tracks work. Okay. Shouldn't lose these either. See, if I had that third camera, I could get a little bit more. It's all right. Go. Back in your holder. This one's a lot of work today. This live stream, guys. You guys are making me work for it. I'm about to post my corn. I will hill it to irrigate, to gate irrigate. Oh, that's cool. I was wondering if you have any one product recommendation for foliar fertilizer or anything else. Number one, if you're not putting sulfur in, you need to be. Put some ATS in your irrigation water. And as far as one product for foliar stuff, I can't answer that. It totally depends on your situation, what you need, what you've got, what you don't. I don't know. I am trying this Ag Explorer stuff. I think there's some merit to what their products do in their program. But no, I'm not gonna stick my neck out on any one product. How's the new planter running? New planter is running awesome. Since we've done the down pressure sensor PIP, wiring harness PIP, I've had zero issues with that. Everything really is working pretty well. You know, my singulation when we get small seed doesn't show up perfect. That's my biggest complaint. I've got my vac pressure all the way like down to 10 or 12, and I'm still showing multiples. So it probably means I need to adjust my double eliminators, but that's a lot of work to do it. That's a complaint that I have. Other than that, this planter does a fantastic job. Tell the boys that Hudson's farming videos, Lamborghinis don't have 4 tracks or Gen 4, 5 monitors. Yeah, you're right. You can film yourself from the outside through the windows. Yes, we need some cab shots. Yes, you are right. 90% of the right to repair people are clueless as to how exactly. Yeah. The right to repair isn't much about individual farmers being able to fix the software sensor issues, but it's also about not being able to force totally higher efficient dealer technicians to fix them. Okay, that's a fair point, and it gives you more options. But even the automotive world gets in on this debate a little bit too there, because my father-in-law is an independent mechanic, and the law, as far as he has explained it to me, is that he has to be able to make a vehicle run. He doesn't have to be able to make all the features work. Like, if your navigation system and your car goes out, they don't have to give him the ability to fix that. They have to give him the ability to make the engine work and to run. Now, they don't have to make him able to, you know, take the DEF off of your diesel pickup, because that requires software changes and stuff. And yeah, I see both sides of this. I'm not firmly in one camp or the other. I just think that the right to repair is blown way out of proportion, and they gave it a name to make it sound like companies are evil corporations just trying to screw their customers. And as a customer of one of those corporations, I totally disagree with that sentiment. Like, Deere is not trying to screw me by not letting me change the oil in my tractor. Like, that is not what right to repair is. And so if you understand the issue and you still are on that side of we should have more access than we do, fine. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I just don't think that people really understand it enough to know what they're talking about. What's new? We're about done planting corn. Oh, just noticed, congrats. You're in order, 25.7 subs. Thank you. You gonna hit that pole? No, I don't think we're gonna hit that pole. Nowhere near where it should be. Yeah. But miles away from the under 3,000 you had when I showed up. Yeah, I mean, we're doing okay on the subscriber side of things. I would like to see it grow a little faster. I thought it might take off a little this spring with, you know, the new planter and the 8RX, but whatever. I'm fine. We're doing fine. It's all good. All right, we're gonna go grab our cameras. I don't have any more clever spots to put them right now. There's some stuff around the cab, the tractor. Problem is, the stuff in the cab, there's no metal. There's nowhere to stick my cameras to. Even outside the cab, there's not any metal. Yeah, we'll see what we can do from in here a little bit. I can get a few more shots later in the day. I don't have to do these all while we're live streaming, because like when you're taking a 2-second clip, it doesn't matter if the rows are not long. We are gonna have to get the drone up pretty soon though, so a couple more rounds, and we'll probably call an end to the live stream. Alright. Aptera will have the right to repair by default. I don't know what Aptera is. I think it's a question of principle. No company should be able to make any restrictions on a thing once I bought it, because then it's mine. Fair. That's a fair argument. But I don't... Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of a restriction, right? I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Before you bought the 8RX, what did you use to pull your tillage equipment when the 8R was corn planting and the 8430 was planting beans? Well, we had the 9R that we used on the field cultivator, and then we still had the 8300 that would pull the disc in the spring some. And it was underpowered for that, but we did use it. Or we would switch the 9R back and forth. 9R's actually on the disc right now because we had to hook the little field cultivator up. Dad is working that last field we got to plant right now. Tomorrow's video should be interesting. Yeah. Any more discussion about a dry spreader? Would it be pulled behind or self-propelled? We're in the self-propelled market. Haven't talked about it much recently, but it is still something that's on the table. Greatly appreciate what you do with cameras and bringing food to tables. Thank you. Are we caught up? Oh, I think we're caught up. BBF, will you ever convert your planter to tracks and do away with the tires? I mean, I would like to, but tracks are a $70,000 option on a planter. I don't know if I can justify that. So, yeah. It'd be sweet. It would be sweet. But I still got the tires on my tank. That's the biggest thing, is that tank behind. I wish I could get away from that. And I know I could put stuff on the tractor or exact rate tanks on the tractor, but it just feels like adding more weight to the tracks on the tractor isn't really going to solve my problem. I need more tracks, not concentrated weight on my tracks. You know what I mean? Alright. Any other questions, guys? I think we're going to call this one here real quick so I can get the drone up and get some footage for you guys on that side of stuff. The last day of corn planting here, so check out tomorrow's video for all the cool montage stuff. And we'll see what else we got going on. We've got, Dad's got some more spraying to do now. Phil's going to hopefully wrap up planting beans tomorrow, which will be good. And next week, maybe we'll start side dressing some corn, or 2 weeks out. I don't know. We're getting closer to that. Hopefully, you don't see us replanting a whole bunch of stuff in the next week. But there is that possibility. Most of the early corn looks like it's going to come up and be okay. Some of the early beans are definitely okay. Some of them I'm pretty concerned about. We're starting to get some crusting issues that we could use a rain. After tomorrow, we could use a good rain. So there's a good chance of rain on Friday and Saturday. I think we'll get some. But yeah, it's a little iffy right now. I wish that I would have planted a lot more corn early when I did, because that stuff all looks great. So, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. If you haven't hit that like button on this video or any of the other videos, I appreciate that as well. And if you need some Borderview Farms merchandise, head on over to Farm Focus. That is by far the #1 way you can support my channel, is to go there and buy some stuff. And I'm pretty sure they're about ready to kick me off the site, because I got my reports from earlier this year when you guys didn't buy anything. Like, I sold very, very little for a couple of months there. And I mean, they haven't kicked me off yet, but I almost feel bad being on there. Unworthy. All right, we're going to call it right there. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on tomorrow's video in the morning. What happened to my chat? Where did you... Nothing? It's all gone. Sorry. Have a great day, everybody. See you later.